Hello everyone. Today we're going to go over something I talked about not that long ago, some Atlas locomotives, um, and where our manufacturers share similarities. So anyway, I know this is not a Trainman locomotive, but the reason this guy is sitting here is because I had something kind of cool happen. A couple days ago, I made a comment on Norm Charbonneau's latest video where he converted an Atlas GP7 to Blue Nami, took it from TMCC and all that other junk, and kind of made it go to Blue Nami and all that fancy stuff. But he had, when it fired up, it made a certain noise that sounded very familiar. It was the same noise this thing made when I used to turn the sound on. Remember I said this thing had a bad speaker or something and it was common? Well, he actually responded back and said, hey, when I was taking that locomotive apart, I reseated the the sound chip on the board, and it worked. And I was like, okay, cool, I'll give it a try. Check this out. First time in 20 years. Let me get it in reverse, though. Functioning sound. Got rev up and everything. Pretty cool, pretty cool. If you guys have never seen one of these Atlas switchers up close, these are extremely cool. These are very well detailed. Full die-cast chassis, die-cast hood, separate stuff everywhere. Obviously, you could get them with TMCC and sound. Another thing that was cool about these, they got a horizontal motor in here, so one big motor, two flywheels. The other thing that was nice, let's see how good the camera works here. If you look in there, those are lighted gauges and a lighted control stand. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. They also have the green cab interior that's prototypical, so these are nice models. And they'll run super smooth. When I cut it down here, you are going to hear these don't have room for a battery, so the sound will cut out, but these things run so damn smooth, it's not even funny. Pretty cool. Let me get him out of the way, and then we'll look at the ones I actually wanted to talk about in this video. Oh, let me show you something else too. Here on the bottom of this. Oh, check it out. 4 pickup rollers. Who says that's a new thing? Anyway, let's go to the Trainman stuff here. It's a heavy little shit. All right. Trainman locomotive number 1 is going to be a Rock Island RS3. So this was in, I said I was going to talk about these when I did that Atlas catalog review a few days ago. So here's one of them. This is from 2007. Awesome paint scheme. This paint scheme, what do they call this? Yellow nose is what they called this. They had yellow nose and then they had yellow wing on some of the other ones. I won't nerd out. I'm sorry. These things have really good, this one has really good detail on the trucks here. Look at your separate, you got separate lines down there, separate brake shoes, real springs. They don't spring and sproing, but they are real springs. Nice lack of coupler stick out there. Some riding on it. You have metal grabs everywhere. I don't know why that F's so big. Stevie Wonder can see that F. But anyway, just good detail on these. Good detail. Always like these. Always like these. Oh, and if you care, see how that smokestack is going that way. And then this smokestack on this RS3 back here is going the other way. This is an early air-cooled turbocharger. Later, water-cooled turbocharger. So, if you care. These things run awesome. So, get them going a little bit there. Atlas referred to those lights as golden white LEDs. So, pretty neat, actually. A little ahead of their time, actually. The LEDs around this time were still the bright white, or the bluish, whatever you want to say. But anyway, just a nice little locomotive. Oh, by the way, when you're in a directional state, your number boards light up as well. So, no big deal. Give you a quick shot underneath. Typical of a 3-rail O-gauge locomotive. All right. Grab my other one, which I actually like a little more, and I'll show you why. Hold on. All right. This is a little bit earlier Trainman, 05, 06. Let me see here. 05. See the date? Right there. But, anywho. There we go. All right. RSD 5, as I said, basically an RS3 with 6-wheel trucks. There were a couple different versions. There was an RSC that came out, which had 6-wheel trucks, but 4 traction motors. The RSDs all had 6-wheel trucks and 6 traction motors. So, pretty cool. I've always loved this paint scheme in Santa Fe. It's got multiple names. I've heard it called the dress scheme. I've heard it called pinstripe. I've heard it called bookend. I say it's blue and yellow. It's whatever. But like I said, once again, good model. I like this. This one runs even more smooth than the Rock Island unit there. Trucks aren't quite as detailed, but when I flip this over, I'll show you something that's pretty cool about this guy. One thing that's kind of cheap, see how Santa Fe always ran their RS series locomotives short hood first. See how it's got the F right there, but when you power it up, it still goes backwards first. So, not too impressive, but I can live with it. But yeah, same thing, super smooth. I've always kind of said that these guys, this Atlas Trainman stuff kind of reminded me of, see the same golden white LEDs there. Williams quality, it really does. It's heavy duty built. You see your Santa Fe emblem and everything there. But let me flip this guy over and I'll show you what's cool about it. Oh. So if you notice, we got, we got 6-wheel trucks, right? They're 12-wheel drive. But if you look close there, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This little guy's got 8 traction tires. And he'll pull. He'll pull quite well. I don't know why it's got 8 traction tires, but hey, I guess if you need them. It's got decent weight, so it'll pull as good as anything else I got. So, anywho, break this up for a minute. I'm gonna show you something kind of funny. All right, so I've been talking about Williams a lot recently. So, Trust me, this is worth it. This is going to make you laugh. So here is, excuse me, here is the first release of their BL2. This came out 99, 2000, somewhere in there. But the point of this is, I wanted you to listen to the sound, okay? Now this is the original Williams True Blast, okay? True Blast horn and bell. So listen. Not bad, not bad. After a bit, they came out with True Blast 2. And we'll grab this back here. And this actually is, and both of these I bought brand new, by the way. This one happens to be a Williams by Bachmann. See, they are different numbers, 426, 429. But this has True Blast 2, so listen to this. Not terrible, not terrible, but here's the point of this. Go back to our Atlas Trainman. Now keep in mind, both of these Atlases that I have shown you are conventional with horn and bell. All right. There's only one locomotive on the track. Okay, watch. Horn. Bell. Yep, they were coming out of the same factory. So I've mentioned in my some of my other videos, my favorite company, K-Line, they were coming out of a factory in China called Sandakan. Sandakan also did all of Atlas's work, and they also did Williams' work as well. So, which is ironic because Sandakan actually got bought by a company called, or they got kind of rolled into a conglomerate called Cater Toys, and Cater Toys is the parent company of Bachmann. So, hold on here. All right, now we're to the Rock Island horn. Bell. Yep, same damn thing. But anyway, I just thought I'd show these two guys off. Actually, back here we have, I personally really like the Trainman line. It's fairly low budget, but it's good quality, full scale. I can't complain about it at all. And it's pretty robust. Like, these cars are cars are nice. Like I said, both well, I showed this one off in the video, but that's a plug door box car, and then obviously a 40-foot stock car. But Trainman stuff is pretty nice. These two locomotives here, I got those, like I said, brand new. They were under $200 conventional. 189, 179, somewhere in there. That's what you could buy this stuff for back then. If you come across one on the secondary market, pick one up. They were available with TMCC, or you could get them conventional like this. If you get them conventional, you could do whatever you wanted to it. You really could. I myself will not do anything to it. I like the model, so I like it the way it is. But anywho, quick little overview of Atlas Trainman, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll catch you on the next one. Later.